Hi, welcome to my channel, Constellations Earth. I am your master cosmologist and the head cheerleader to the stars. I'm here to do an energy forecast for the audience today. I'm just about to head out into the garden and get my dirt on. I'm going to read from the Sacred Web Tarot and also the Archangel Animal deck. I got pulled two completely different decks today. I'm just going to run down a couple of things that I'm picking up on the airwaves first, and then we'll go into cards. The first word is charity. With that, I'm getting that there is an ability to give your energy again freely without concern because it feels good, it feels right, it feels like a gift. And not worrying so much about people sucking your energy dry because you have matured and you have a sense of discernment now, and you know when it feels icky and you know to stop it right when you get that little sense that something's not right. So that's a nice bless up because so many of us who are givers and caring, we've had to really retract some of that generosity, that altruistic nature to take our energy back and to be self-protective again. The other thing with charity is that you're not a charity case. So also being ever vigilant about where your energy is going, who's receiving your precious time, money, attention, focus, love, etc. There's an interesting sense I'm picking up with geomancy and many people onboarding new talents of being geomancers, which would be readers of meridians, ley lines, the waves of the currents that run through the planet, through the ground. This feels very specific to divine masculines. Many of them, I feel like right now, are going through a booster shot or an onboarding of new magical magician type powers. I think I'm going to do a whole separate video on that because it's really piquing my interest. Oh no, the sun's changing. Oh well. And I want to see what I can dig up because a lot of it does feel like there's an ability to read the past. I'm just reading notes here just to make it easier. An ability to read the past in Earth's energy waves and the configurations in the stones, the patterns, the swirls, the way that the stones hardened. And this Earth memory will inform the future. This feels very particular to divine masculines, to the magicians of our collective. Today, there's a closing of the prison door behind you. If you've been in jail for a long time, you may have just felt this emancipation energy, and make sure you close the door and lock it behind you so you don't fall back in and you don't go back that away. We don't want to go back into the Eight of Swords kind of archetype. There is a full recovery happening right now. If you've been struggle bussing for years, your recovery is here. It's happening. Trust. Any little glitches in the system, any hiccup in the giddy up is just that. It's just a hiccup. Let your body get back in the groove. Keep taking little motions. Keep voting for your future. Keep voting for your success by the choices that you make, the actions that you take. Stake your claim. Claim what's yours, claim your vessel back, claim your health back, claim all that you are entitled to back. There's a need to also ask for what you need, to use your voice, to state aloud, whether that's asking people or asking the World Wide Web to assist you. But nobody can know, and the universe can't know if you don't speak up. It has to be put into a computational manner. What am I trying to say? A mathematic formula, which would be a sentence. And that sentence is posed as a question, as an ask. There is fault in the air. The Earth is at 14 degrees of Libra. The sun's at 14 degrees of Aries. This is a full calling back of your energy into your heart. But there's also the energy of blame out there, of pointing fingers, also of taking 100% accountability. So knowing whose fault is whose. What's your fault, what's not your fault is kind of in the energy today. The sun, 14 Aries, that's my fault. And then where the earth is, 14 Libra, that's their fault. I'm also picking up an interesting vibe of Family Feud, like the Neteru or Soul Tribe, Soul Fam. What was, and we can't move forward unless we really begin to forgive and forget, to stop accusing, to stop transferring blame. And there's this kind of energy today of being pulled together to get along, is what I'm picking up on. The saying, when you point a finger at someone else, 4 fingers, well, 3 fingers point back at you, not 4. Yeah, there's this energy of making sure that we just stop pointing fingers and clasp hands and start mending all of us, fusing us back together, and sorting out how we get along from here on out. It's kind of like a line in the sand and not bringing things from the past, not rehashing old things. Yes, if it comes up, address it, of course, but, not to keep digging in old wounds. We have to really call a clean slate and move forward. I think there's one other thing here. No, a couple more. Conflicts of interest. The conflict of interest is coming up with the idea that really good people might have to do some really bad things in order to fulfill their destiny, to move on, to get what's theirs. Just kind of a digestion and assimilation of you aren't all good and you aren't all evil. And sometimes you got to do some things that are a little shady or under the table or a little lowball. It's still on the up and up. It's for a good purpose, but I think you get my drift there. There's restitution. Talked about this in yesterday's video, but there's definitely gains coming, currency being returned. That 4 in 14, where the sun and the earth are at, is an Aquarian degree. 4 is Aquarius. So there is this law of attraction starting to happen right now where what's rightfully yours is being returned to you, to expect it. The reason for that is I can just sense that there's a galactic court settlement that is concluding right now, and a repayment, the court awarding sentences and settlements. The gavel's coming down. The sentences are being doled out, and then the settlements are being settled. So that's what I've got for you so far. I'm super interested what we're going to get from the cards, because this has like the World Wide Web very much picking up on this nature-based internet lately. So let's just dive in and see. And I'm also going to be doing a flurry of readings today. There's a lot coming through that I want to pull forth for the collective. So tune in for that information later today. Oh, I'll just show you this. I set it on the computer. I think this is the starting point for the cards anyway. I pulled these yesterday in yesterday's reading. It was a really cool reading. If you go back and listen to it, it's still applicable. It still applies today. It says, it gets better and change. So this is the need to join hands and mend our world and mend our relationships and mend our soul families. And then this is the precipitation of change that's happening now, because we are 1 degree from the fulcrum of Libra. The earth goes to the midpoint of Libra, the fulcrum, tomorrow, and then there's going to be a massive redistribution of energy and resources, and things are just going to happen really, really quick from here on out. It's a landslide, it's a timber, it's the scales shifting. Imagine they're balanced and equalized, and then they tip really hard. That's the visual. All right, let's see what comes through on the cards today. I'm not taking that. That's a big, big, big chunk. Oh my gosh. That was the tarot card for you. I said, I'm not taking that. That's a big, big chunk. With the divine restitution, what's coming to you is huge, and you're going to feel uncomfortable accepting that. It's yours. Put your hands out, take it, say thank you, don't deny it. Oh, interesting. Scout of Fire. This is a twin flame image. I was picking up a lot of twin flame energy this morning, and I didn't want to go overboard with all the details. Let me look at what this is. I think it's the Knight of Wands in this deck. Yeah, Scout of Fire. I awaken to all the power and potential that burns inside of me is the mantra. Awaken. All right. There's been a leveling out. I'm going to have to do videos on this, but I'll briefly explain one of the images I was seeing that occurred yesterday, is that there is this pillaring happening with twin flames as the piers, the supports of the new world. Yesterday, the Earth and the Sun were at 13 degrees. 13 is the arrow of Sagittarius. So imagine that the twin flame pillars, kind of like the pillars in the High Priestess image, have been toppled over, just like 9/11. That was symbolic, and it has to do with the twin flame union. They were demolished. And yesterday there was a writing of them by, almost imagine being pulled up by a crane. So the Sagittarius aeroglyphs, it was doing this uprighting, just pulling them upright and coming into a parallel, facing on the same team, on the same wavelength, in tandem, in cooperation, just like this. There's two fingers on each side, which is the masculine feminine in the masculine and the masculine feminine in the feminine. Is that what masculine feminine each have? I can't talk. Chill, woman. I'm ready for Jupiter to get out of Rigel's turf and for Mercury to go direct, because the brainwaves are crossing. The wires, the tongue, it's all scattered in there. You're catching my drift. The 11/11 is that there's two 11s because it's masculine and feminine in each person. And when they get those upright and parallel and all matchy-matchy, then they connect with the little dots in between the time. They yoke. So this is showing that this is occurring right now. It may not look like it. It may not be happening in your visible physical world, but behind the scenes, this is happening. This is nice. Yeah, I'm going to go with an oracle card. You know, tomorrow being the fulcrum is like, ching, you guys are on the level. I've got Ant, cooperate for the highest good of the community. This is so crazy. I'm going to have to do a series here, but I woke up this morning hearing that the piers were being erected. These pillars were being erected. So twin flames are scattered around the world, and they can come together in their little community to form a commune-A-TREE. This is a tree of life, and they are the homecoming king and the homecoming queen of their region. And they form a sacred geometry, and these go out concentrically around the earth, and they conjoin, they merge. This is big. I'm like, how do I explain this simply to you guys? Okay, I'm just going to say that new earth communities are starting to self-organize. That's what I'm getting here. And the self-organizing principle of that community is the twin flame couple that resides in that area. They are the hub. They are the epicenter. So this is the epicenter, and this is what lights up in the center, because they go supernova. They turn into a sun. They turn into an inspiring emanation. They're like the sun for their community. They just lead by example. They shine, they beam. And this beaming, this leadership starts to get the entire community together and cooperating and working in cooperation with the natural world, with the earth in that vicinity, according to that area's genius loci, the spirit of place. I'm so excited. I wish I could chill out though and explain it. I think I'm doing a good job. I got 5 of Swords here. So this is the energy that is, there's a moon and it's horrible. Can't see the details. It's the moon and it's dissolving. This is the dissolution. This is the dissolving of 5 of Swords energy, where there's just conflict for conflict's sake. One of the things with twin flames is at some point, if you guys want to be together, you just have to stop pointing fingers and placing blame, and you did this and you cheated and you were with them and this and that and this and that. It just has to be, are we doing the ding dang thing and we love each other and we are going to start from a fresh slate? Okay, then we need to combine. We need to get together. We need to join forces and become this image. So going from infighting, because so long as the twin flames keep fighting and keep separated, the whole world is just going to keep following suit. Let's get one more card. I'm all worked up and glowy. I've got Spout of Water. Oh, it's an interesting image. It's like trying to hold blame, or there's a saying here. What the heck is it? Trying to hold. Trying to hold. Oh, come on. Somebody put it in the comments. Oh, there it is. Holding a grudge, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. This has been coming through a lot. I'm also getting a sense of the sands of time, just letting it fall through your hands, and the energy of washing your hands clean, pure, with holy water. Imagine Gemini, the twins, having to hold hands again. You know, you have to wash your hands of all sin. You have to wash your hands of all guilt. You have to start fresh and come together with clean hands, which would be the energy of forgiveness and forgive and forget. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Look for the series of videos that is going to be coming on later today. Something huge just cracked open in me, and I hope that was coherent because I feel very scattered. But I'm also dying to get outside. Trying to see if anything else wants to come through. There's so much here. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. All right, guys. Bye.